And in just minutes, we are breaking down the unwanted habits we do automatically impacting our happiness. The author of a new book, Just a Thought, helps us with the 3 mindsets to look out for.
You know, I think it's fair to say we'd all like to be happy, right? But just how much of your happiness is in your control? Well, scientists say that 40% of our actions are not actually based on conscious decisions, but based on habits that we might not even be aware of. In her upcoming book, Just a Thought, psychologist and author Dr. Amy Johnson offers some groundbreaking approaches to help tackle those habits that can help lead us to happier outcomes. And she is joining us this morning. Dr. Johnson, so good to see you. You've got so much great advice, so I really want to jump into this conversation right away, talking about these unwanted habits affecting our mental health. And first of all, you say mistaking thoughts for fact. And I imagine, number one, you have to identify them. But when we're looking at things through our own rose-colored glasses, how do we get over the biases of, say, the way we were raised or, you know, the significant life events that we've been through?
Yeah, it's a great question. And it's really hard to get over those because they're so pervasive. Like you said, I mean, we see things through a filter. But I think what's really, really helpful is just knowing that, knowing that all of our thinking can be really biased. And when we find ourselves suffering, we're worrying about something that's not happening, or we're comparing ourselves to someone else, that suffering can wake us up and it can show us, oh, this is a thought. This isn't a fact right here in this moment.
I love that. Being really conscious and deliberate about identifying what's thought versus what is actually fact. On that note, the second tip, you say taking things personally, and we shouldn't do that. But talk to us how we do that and why we do that.
Well, our brain is designed to keep us alive. So to our brain, to your brain, you are the center of the universe. And that doesn't make us self-centered. It just means we have a brain that works, that's trying to protect us. But we can start to see that has to be more of a kind of perceptual illusion than a reality. There's 8 billion people on Earth, and the world doesn't revolve around all 8 billion of us. So just again, kind of knowing that. And when someone else's actions or words or things that happen feel really personal, it's just so great to see, oh, this is my brain making it about me. But that's not the full story. It's more illusory than real.
I can't lie, Dr. Johnson. I tend to do this. I overthink things. Somebody does something, and I tend to think, oh, are they mad at me? Are they, doing something or have I done something to offend them with? When likely, just as you say, they probably aren't even thinking about me, quite frankly. And but I can see how that could be the tendency for a lot of us. Your third tip, you say, believing that you are responsible for everything. And I have to tell you, as a mom, I feel like a lot of moms in general and parents do this, believing you're responsible for everything, but you say stop it.
Yeah, it's another way that our beautiful brain is just trying to protect us. It's always looking out for what might happen, what we can do to prevent it. And that's great. It's so adaptive in the big picture, but there's so much that happens for us and through us that we're just sort of blind to. I mean, our body basically runs itself completely on its own. New thoughts show up, common sense shows up for us. We don't have to make all this happen. So just a little shift to look toward, wow, so much is happening for us and through us that we aren't responsible for. It just starts to help so much.
And on that note, Dr. Johnson, I think about it from a parenting standpoint. I think it's so important for us to come alongside our kids instead of trying to drive the bus for them. And if they fail, it's okay, right? Give yourself a break.
Yes, we're so resilient. Yeah, so resilient.
Awesome. Dr. Johnson, where can we find the book if we're interested in picking it up?
It's available everywhere books are sold, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, all those great places.
Okay, Dr. Amy Johnson, Just a Thought is the name of the book. Thanks for your insight this morning.
Thank you.